The Parkinson's podcast is brought to you by the Davis Phinney Foundation and brings you the stories, wisdom, and expertise of people living with Parkinson's, care partners, and Parkinson's professionals. In this episode, join us for an inspiring conversation with Michelle David Lane and Susan Sapir-Fields, the founders of Louisiana Walks for Parkinson's. Discover the heartwarming story behind this annual fundraiser benefiting the Davis Phinney Foundation. Welcome to the Parkinson's podcast. My name is Sia Euros, and I'm your host here with the Davis Phinney Foundation. Today, we have Michelle Lane and Susan Sapir-Fields, who are the founders of the Louisiana Walks for Parkinson's, which is a fundraiser that benefits the Davis Phinney Foundation, and which will be taking place this October 26th of 2024, which is really exciting. And yeah, so just wondering if you could introduce yourselves and share your personal connection to Parkinson's. Maybe we could start with Michelle.
Hi, Michelle Lane from New Orleans. I was diagnosed in 2000, so I've been diagnosed 24 years with Parkinson's. Symptoms started 2 years prior. My children were 18 months, 3 and 6 when I was diagnosed.
Thank you. And Susan?
My name is Susan, and I live in Destrehan, Louisiana. My mother got diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2010.
Yeah.
2010. So I started taking her, to exercise, support groups, whatever I could find to learn more about Parkinson's. And that's when I met my dear friend, Michelle. And we've just clicked ever since. Unfortunately, my mom lost her battle in 2017. But because of Michelle, I have continued doing my support group and the walk and symposiums. Basically, whatever Michelle tells me to do, I do.
So what inspired you to start Louisiana Walks and, to create this fundraiser to support the Davis Phinney Foundation?
We had in 2003, 4, and 5, we had started a walk in Metairie, and unfortunately Hurricane Katrina hit and we lost everything, including volunteers who moved away. So by 2012, we said it's time, we have to start back. We're getting more people enthused and, we need to bring awareness. And we had a Victory Summit in 2016, New Orleans. And just the mission and the people that worked there were unbelievable. We said we have to do the walk for them.
They were just so willing to help us. And like Michelle said, when we met Polly and Lauren and just everybody, we just thought wow, these are just such down-to-earth people that really care about Parkinson's. And we just loved their mission of living well today with Parkinson's.
I had met Davis in 2004 at a conference in Washington, D.C., and then I met one of the employees also that worked there, and that's how I was introduced to the Davis Phinney Foundation, but it was not known anywhere in Louisiana. So it was our goal to make their mission known.
So how has the Louisiana Walks event evolved since it started? How has it grown and changed?
We have grown from 200 people to over 500 people that attend the walk. And so we were raising 50, 60,000, then we were in the 80s. Then we finally broke 100.
The last 2 years.
The last 2 years. So we're very proud of that. It does take a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of dedication.
A lot of volunteers.
A lot of volunteers to, make the walk successful. So I think that we're just growing every year and it's getting bigger and bigger.
And so what impact have you seen this Louisiana Walks event to have on Parkinson's awareness in Louisiana?
So basically, we just try and give back to the community as much as we possibly can through the grants.
And we attend numerous symposiums and conferences that we're actually on committees for. We have Davis Phinney tables. And I'm proud to say it's very well known throughout the state of Louisiana now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody, even at the Victory Summit, like people went to the Victory Summit, but I don't think they really knew what Phinney actually did until we started getting it through the walk and things like that. And now I think they're pretty well known through the Louisiana community.
And I have Lake Charles, Lafayette support groups call me, how do I get some EVCs? Yeah, they're like, this is the first thing we tell patients when they join our group.
Wonderful. And for people who don't know about the EVCs, that's our Every Victory Counts manual, which is this wonderful manual for people living with Parkinson's with all kinds of resources and ideas. And it's something that anyone can get for free by going to our website, which is at davisfinneyfoundation.org, and is a wonderful resource.
Also, there is a wonderful Care Partner book as well that is for free also. And that has a lot of really good information for care partners.
So what are some of the challenges that you've faced in organizing and creating this event year after year?
Okay, well, this is Louisiana, Hurricane Central, rain, heat, we got it all. So the first year it was freezing, unbearably cold for us because we're not used to the cold. So, when it gets below 30, we're just flipping out here. The second year, it was massive rain. So then the third year, we decided to change locations. Like that was going to, do anything, but we did. And I will say that really, since then,
we've been fortunate.
We've been very fortunate. I mean, we did, of course, cancel for COVID. And then the next year, we had made the decision to probably cancel again because of COVID. Thank goodness we did, because that's when Ida hit, right?
Yes.
So Ida hit like the week before, which I don't think there was a house in Louisiana that did not need a new roof from this hurricane. So we've been very fortunate in that. I think some of the other challenges, which I think we've kind of overcome in the last year or two, is getting volunteers. So for a while, it was very few people doing a lot of different tasks. And so now I think we've gotten a really good committee. I mean, we've gone from like 8 people to about 15, 16 people. We have regular meetings once a month and we just get it done. We start in March right after Mardi Gras and go all the way till October the 26th.
A lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah. I mean, there's always obstacles, but I really think that our obstacles, other than weather, which you really can't control, I think we've kind of really worked all of those things out. I mean, this is going to be our 11th year, and I think that we've gotten it down to a science. So I think we're doing a lot better than we were 10 years ago. So it just takes consistency of doing the fundraiser and then just each year increasing and increasing. I mean, one other thing, I mean, it's a walk, but it's really not a walk. It's a festival. We have like 25 food vendors that donate food for the day. We have a band. We have a children's corner where we have face painting, balloon. Lowe's comes out and does crafts with the kids. We have a slide. It's just a fun family day. People bring their chairs out. They bring their dogs. It's just a lot of fun.
And then we have the silent auction.
And then, yes, we do have the silent auction and the parade of prizes, which I'm happy to say this year raised over $20,000.
What's the path like? Is it like a path around a town, or is it?
It's a path around the park. We have it at a park.
Around the lake. Yeah, there's a 1.4 mile and a 3/4 mile, so they can choose long path or short path. It's on a private island at the park.
Oh,
So they
okay.
walk over this little bridge and then they come onto the island. You should come.
Yeah, I would love
Yes.
to. I hope I can. We'll see if they end up sending me out.
So we put you to work too.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I'd love to work, and I take
maybe you
photographs
can
too. So
maybe you can help us. We're trying to do more satellite walks. We did have New Jersey last year that did a satellite walk. Unfortunately, they got a lot of rain, but they raised
500.
$500, which, hey, a dollar helps, 500 helps. So that's something that we'd really like to work on this year is trying to have more of our ambassadors lead more of these walks. And, like
We
I said,
could have a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel, and when they're showing all the walks at one time as we're walking.
that's one of our goals that we can do once we, really start getting these satellite because it really doesn't matter if you have 10 people or you have 100 people, it's still getting people together and raising awareness. And that's what it's all about.
yeah, I love that. And it was the Narciso family, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That put that on. Yeah.
Yes.
And Joe and I go back about 12 years. We used to advocate on Capitol Hill together.
Through PAN.
So, yeah, through the Parkinson's Action Network. So that's where I met Davis and Heather. They used to work with the Phinney Foundation.
So, what's a memorable moment or memory that you have from a past Louisiana Walks event?
Every movement disorder specialist in New Orleans attends our event and supports it. They bring their family. But in 2019, I can say this, we lost the first movement disorder specialist that was ever in the state of Louisiana. And I was diagnosed, we only had him. He became a very good friend to me. And he passed away in 2019. And 6 weeks later, our good friend that was on our committee passed away. So we had a benefit. We dedicated the walk, to them, to Dr. Rao. And not only every movement disorder specialist came, neurologists came from all over the state. And now they said a little bit about Jay. And it was funny and endearing, but his whole family came, his kids, his grandkids, his wife. And it was just so touching.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the most memorable.
And it was our first year back after COVID.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Yeah, we've actually lost a few of our committee members since we've started, and that's been really hard. And I think just as far as other memories, I think it's just how it gets bigger and bigger each year. Last year, I think, was one of our biggest years with sponsors and nonprofits having tables. And they bring all their literature and giveaways. And so it gives the community a huge opportunity to, one, go talk to the pharmaceutical reps and see what drugs are out there, what procedures are out there. And then with the nonprofits, just all the resources that really are available that are geared towards Parkinson's. So I think that's pretty good that we've just grown with that each year as well.
Right. And then it was either 2018 or 19. I have to look back, but Davis actually came, and that was wonderful. He walked around talking to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that was a great year when they came. Him and Connie came, and no, I'm sorry, Polly. It was him and Polly and the rest of the crew.
How can people get involved, either if they live locally or just in general? How can people get involved with this event?
Well, we do have our own website, which is parkinsonswalk.org, and you can find out information on that. And then, we have a Facebook page as well that'll be really active when we get a little bit closer. Yeah, May 1st. And we'll, like a lot of times, put pictures of our auction items and things like that. And then when you register, you can also buy raffle tickets so that they're pre-made for you with your name and your phone number. So, You don't have to go out there and write your name 50 times. And then just through our support group, we do a conference in July in Baton Rouge where we really, promote the walk a lot. But
that was a funny story. We usually bring the leftover T-shirts from the walk to the Baton Rouge conference and let them out. The first people that come in, they get T-shirts. So we had like 100 T-shirts left last year, and late people didn't have any T-shirts. So there's on the questionnaire at the end, what would you like to see for next year? More T-shirts.
Anything for free, okay?
Yeah, and we'll help to get the word out too. We're going to put links in the description, in the podcast description and on YouTube.
Great.
So that people can easily find more information about the Louisiana Walk. So do you have any advice for someone that wants to maybe start a fundraiser? Like what have you learned, or what would you advise people?
Don't expect too much the first year. You might be surprised, but try to start small and then see what happens. Because that's what happened to us. We started small and we didn't think, we'll raise $10,000, and we were blown away by the support we had.
We'd be happy to talk to anybody, but I do think first it's the mission, the location, finding the people that are going to help you do this. All people can say is no. I mean, we didn't start off with 25 food vendors, but each year we try and bring a couple more. And actually, Michelle and I were talking about it at the end of this year. I don't think we can even fit another food vendor because we do it in this pavilion so that it is inside. And I don't think we can fit anymore.
It's a shame we can't show the pictures, but it's really amazing. I mean, the jambalaya, the red beans, the gumbo, the chicken nuggets, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the bananas.
Oh, bananas Foster. But like I said, I mean, I think people just need to be patient. Your first event is not going to be like the best thing, and there's going to be things that go wrong and whatever. But we learn from our mistakes. Actually, Michelle kind of has a Bible that was written about how to start a walk and how to do it that we've never really done that much with, but we probably could do something and get it.
Yeah, we'll have to update it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I tell them at the end of every year, the last 2 years especially, we rarely did anything wrong. It was some mishaps. Don't, just focus on that. Focus on how well we did.
Right.
Kind of like learning each year and just improving and learning.
Improving.
Getting more people involved.
Yeah, from the registration, to the silent auction parade of prizes, to the food, to like having seating for people. The first year we didn't have enough. And, now we have like 4 huge tents with 8-foot and 6-foot tables and chairs where people can just hang out. It's a fun family day. And I think our Parkinson's community really looks forward to it each year. Oh, and we do serve beer and wine. This year, everything is free. $30 if you pre-register. And that includes guaranteed a T-shirt. And it's all the food, all the wine and beer you can drink, everything.
You're going to have coffee and donuts in the morning when you get there.
And bananas. And this year we had iced coffee. So that was kind of cool. That was a new thing. So yeah, we have breakfast in the morning, and then we have, go into announcements and awards. We have people who fundraise that we like to acknowledge.
Yeah, if you know anything about Mardi Gras New Orleans, they always second line with the little hankies. So we have hankies with different colors. Like I have Parkinson's. I know someone has Parkinson's. I'm a caregiver. Each one has a purple, green, or gold hanky. And they start off this walk with the Mardi Gras song, and everybody's shaking their hankies.
So cool.
So that was something we added a few 2 years ago. So we try and do a little something special each year, but like I said, we're kind of getting to where I don't know how much more we can expand, because really we had, what was it? How many people
We
were?
had 664 registered.
664 registered this past year, and
550 something showed up.
showed up.
But we had over 300 pre-registered and 160 walk-ups.
Our goal is to really try and work on these satellite walks, because I just think it could be so much fun for everybody just to kind of get involved. And, it doesn't have to be big like ours. It can be like Joe did. I mean, I think he had 10 people.
We sent the hankies to him, and he was walking with the hankies.
In the rain. And, but, we'd like to be able to somehow get that part of the walk through Facebook or YouTube or somehow to connect, so that we're actually like walking at the same time and doing our hankies and stuff
having
like
live
that.
live video feeds, so everyone can see
And
each other.
hopefully we can get news media to pick up on it.
Yeah. So that's one of the things we're trying to work on.
It sounds like such a fun and special event.
It really is. I encourage anyone that can come. I mean, we have had a lot of our friends, especially that we made through PAN. The Parkinson's Action Network is, where we started fundraising for. And so we've had a lot of our good friends from that come down to the walk. We have one of our friends from Georgia that's on our committee that does the brochure for us.
We have a friend from the UK.
I was going to say from the UK come. So, hey, anybody can come. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, we have quite a few Floridians come.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas.
We got Lafayette,
Texas.
Jackson, just a lot,
Texas, we had Julie.
So,
We'll have a crew coming from Colorado, from the Davis Phinney Foundation.
yes,
So
we
they'll also be
can't
there.
wait. I'm not sure who's coming this year.
I'm actually not sure yet who's
Yeah,
been
we're not
assigned
sure.
to
We're not
come
sure
yet.
We
yet.
only had one meeting,
Yeah.
so we haven't discussed it yet.
Yeah.
We'll put in your name for a vote.
Yeah, there you go.
It's actually
But you got to work. I mean, it's a lot of work. And we
Oh,
put
yeah.
our
Oh,
Davis
yeah.
Phinney people to work, especially the men that come. But we do. We got them running errands all day Friday, picking up food, picking up water, picking up iced tea and lemonade. And we work them. Anyway.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for joining us here to tell us about the Louisiana Walks event. Yeah, it's wonderful to have you on the Parkinson's podcast, and we wish you all the luck. And
thank you
have a
so
great
much,
year.
and we hope we get to see you at the walk. If not, I'm sure we'll see you. When is the Davis Phinney thing? September?
No, it's going to be in 2025. The leadership conference.
The
leadership conference.
Yeah.
It'll be next year.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much. It was nice talking to you today.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Michelle. and
Bye-bye.
Susan. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Parkinson's Podcast. For more information about the Davis Phinney Foundation and to learn about educational offerings and community events for people affected by Parkinson's, please visit davisphinneyfoundation.org or dpf.org. This podcast includes information about Parkinson's and insights from our Parkinson's community. It is not intended as a substitute for treatment advice from your own medical providers.